Hi there, folks. My name's Derek at Sources of Sound Instrument Building. I'm going to kind of take you through my various models of hammer dulcimers I'm offering. This one here is the smallest one, and the two long bridges are the standard version of a hammer dulcimer tuning. Starts on a G, like the lowest note on a violin. Do-re-mi box form. And then these extra bridges are to kind of give you the extra black keys that most hammer dulcimers are lacking for a few scales. And with those you can get the fully chromatic scales. This one I built on a commission for somebody, and the rosette got made custom as an orthodox cross for them. And this one's going to get picked up in about a week or so. And from here, we can move up to the next model of instrument that has an extra octave lower than this one does. So this G is actually up here on this instrument. And on this one, the little one, I only have one string per note as a beginner's model to make it easier to keep it in tune and get you just playing more music and not having to keep it in tune so much. This one and the bigger ones on up from here, there's two strings per note, which really fills the sound out and, I don't know, makes it a nice loud instrument. So from that G, on the little one, we come down to this D here. And then this will actually be the lowest note, which would be 1 C below the middle C on a piano. And that's your middle C on the piano right there. And again, the small bridges are going to give you the chromatic notes that most hammer dulcimers that just have the two long bridges won't have on them. On this one in particular, I've got some hard rock maple and purple harp hardwood bridge caps, and on the smaller one there's maple and ebony, and I like to use the hardwoods as the bridge caps where the strings cross the bridges. I feel it gives it a little warmer tone. And most hammer dulcimer makers use a hard composite plastic called Delrin, but I like to use the wood. Moving on to the next size up, it might be a couple sizes larger than the last one. This is my personal instrument that I play, that after playing something about the size of this previous one, I felt like I needed to play something a little bigger, a little more full. Now this low right hand bridge has really low notes on it. That's going to be the extra bass bridge. That was an octave lower than the D. That was down at the bottom of the bridge on this other instrument. So this super bass bridge would then end up reflecting these notes that are down at the bottom of this bridge. D, we'd be adding the chromatic notes for half an octave. And the lowest note would end up being a few A's below middle C. On this instrument in particular, I wanted to use something really hard and extra resonant for my bridge caps, so I used some gemstones. And there's jade and rose quartz everywhere the strings cross the bridges, and I personally just enjoy a lot of sustain and building chords over themselves. You can tell there's just a different brightness of sound to that compared to this. And again, the extra bridges are going to give you all your chromatic notes that most dulcimers aren't going to have as easily laid out. On this one, which can add so many different effects to the music. The dampers can be fit to most dulcimers, even if they didn't come with them or you didn't originally want them. They can always be added at a later time. Moving on to the fourth one here, this is kind of set up in a little bit more of a chromatic fashion for those that are into music theory and maybe a little more comfortable with music to begin with. Instead of just having the boxes of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, you've got all your notes right in a row. And so you get different boxes of things to play. Up on this other one here, the one that I played, that ends on 2 Ds below middle C and covers 4 fully chromatic octaves. So within these different boxes you can play your 7th chords,